everybody. Thank you for joining us on Studio 10. When you look in the mirror, do you see those crow's feet that just drive you crazy? Or maybe you have those set-in lines between your eyes, the squinty lines. That's what I call them anyway. Those are kind of hard to avoid if you're like me and you've spent summer after summer on our beautiful beaches. Well, does it seem like you've spent way too much money on creams to get rid of those wrinkles? Well, if you've thought about visiting a doctor to get those lines filled, but you're a little apprehensive, Bill Edelman, who is in the top 1% in the country for his experience with Botox, is going to walk you through a consultation. And Dr. William Burden is going to tell you more about a few cosmetic procedures he says are popular choices for people in their 20s and 30s.
I'm going to take some pictures of you and then we're going to talk about what we can do.
Okay.
So I want you to focus right here on the lens and you're going to hear 2 clicks, so just hold still. You're looking at the camera there.
Okay.
I want you to frown like you're angry or scowl, like in between your eyes, really scrunch your brow. Everybody loves these pictures.
I know.
Okay, now what I want you to do is raise your brow really high.
I made the duck face. That's awesome.
And the last part I want you to do is kind of really give me a big smile and relax. Try to squint for me again. Yeah. You just see that slight bit of movement and you can just see the creases there, right?
Yeah.
A lot of my younger patients who are in their 20s may come in because they already have a lot more movement than you do, and those lines are already starting to show up, so that kind of patient may need some Botox earlier.
Squinting from the sun.
Yeah, that's right. The other area would be up top. Raise your brow really high, and you can see you really don't have much movement up there either. But that is a typical area. It's one of the most popular areas that we do Botox, right between the eyes, and usually just 1 or 2 or 3 pokes up top just to get a little relaxation to that muscle on the forehead. The crow's feet,
oh my.
There it is right there. And you can see when you smile, it's actually really causing some wrinkles to occur outside. Now what'll happen is as you age over the next 10 to 15 years, without doing any Botox, these lines are going to become very noticeable to you because of that constant movement there. So what we do now with Botox, we would just put a few little pokes of Botox right around your eyes, and it's going to relax this muscle so that when you do smile, it doesn't wrinkle right here. It would keep it nice and smooth.
I can't help but
now,
smile.
you would still smile here. Everything would still move normally. It's not going to paralyze your face or freeze your face. It would only keep this area from wrinkling. It's going to last you about 3 to 4 months in that area. Now, as far as the cost for Botox, for let's say around the eyes, you could get away with doing maybe 10 to 12 units of Botox on each side, which would run anywhere from $210 to $240. It takes 3 to 5 days before you even start seeing any kind of effect from it.
And how long does the process take?
To do around your eyes would literally take maybe 2 minutes. I'm not going to say it's pain-free, but it is very minimal pain. I mean, there is, we use a tiny needle. There's usually about 4 to 6 pokes right around the eye, and that's it. You have a little bit of redness. There's always a possibility of a slight bruise because we are dealing with a needle, but it's rare. What is very popular right now for someone in your age is lips. As you age, you start to see a little bit of laxity in the cheeks, and we start seeing the folds become a little more noticeable, and then some of the lip lines start to show. So that's the area where we can inject a little bit of filler that just kind of picks it up slightly, makes it a little softer, gives that border a little definition, makes it a little smoother, gives it a little volume. Other than that, there's not a whole lot we can do for you.
Bill was telling us how injectables are a popular option for people in their 20s and 30s. Dr. Burden, what are some other things that people in their 20s and 30s are asking for?
Most of our patients are not looking to be super normal. They just want proportionality. Well, this young woman is an otherwise attractive woman, but her nose is disproportionately large, especially with this hump here. So we take the hump out, and now her nose fits her face. So she can feel more comfortable in social situations and not feel self-conscious about someone taking a picture of her in profile. This young lady, she didn't fit well in her clothing, and now she can fit well in her clothes. And this sort of takes us into the other reason people have things done in their 20s and 30s. Having had children, her stomach has been stretched out. And now we've taken out that loose skin, and now she can wear the bikini and feel much more comfortable. We also have those women who've had C-sections, and their scars don't look very good. And also they have a little extra adipose in their tummy and their hips. We can do a little liposuction to flatten that tummy, take away those hips, and revised the scar to make it look a little nicer. So again, they can go out and feel comfortable in their own skin, so to speak.
Look at that. She has abs now.
Oh yeah, they were there, they just were covered up.
A lot of options for anyone in their 20s and 30s. Now, next time we're going to be talking about options for people who are in their 40s. Now, if you are thinking about getting any surgical or non-surgical cosmetic procedures, it is really, really important that you do a lot of research before you decide on your doctor. Now, if you think Botox may be an option for you and you're thinking about making an appointment with Bill Edelman, here's a little information about him. Patients have traveled from around the world or around the country, and still do, just to have him administer Botox. And he's personally performed more than 15,000 treatments, so he has a good bit of experience. Now, you can get more information on him and the other doctors and staff members at Destin Plastic Surgery when you visit fox10tv.com. Just click the Studio 10 tab.